I started driving for Indian Trails in October of 2018.
When did I start driving? I wrote that down.
It's July 10th, 2018.
I started driving March 13, 2017.
December 7th, 2015.
Started driving with Indian Trails in December of 2014.
March of 2014.
I had a mundane, what I consider a mundane job. I was working in a factory, the standard like 9 to 5 kind of thing. You're in one place all day, every day.
I really just wanted to try something new. Just it wasn't like I really was unemployed or unhappy with my job. I just wanted to try something totally different than what I ever did before.
I was in a high pressure, high stress job, and I was really looking for something that was different every day, and that's why I'm here.
I actually went online. I do remember driving by this place of employment when I went to school, and I said if things don't work out, this is something that I might be interested in.
Club I belonged to, one of the members drove for Indian Trails, and I liked the stories he told about his driving experience.
Actually, I've lived in Owasso where Indian Trails is headquartered my whole life, and I never even really thought about applying or working at Indian Trails as a driver before. I had a friend that was interested in applying as a Indian Trails bus driver, and so that kind of caught my interest too. He never applied or never went through the interview process, but I did.
One of my concerns was how much time I was going to be able to have after starting the company with my family.
I didn't really have too many hesitations about making a career switch. I do like to drive. I do like new places, but to deal with people versus freight, that was something that I was a little leery on, but it's been great. The people are phenomenal.
My biggest hesitations when I was making the decision was not knowing really anything about the industry.
It was definitely changing careers because as I say, I was already say somewhat gainfully employed, but it was a nowhere job. I've already had the experience of being, or the freedom of being out over the open road, and I thought I'd give Indian Trails a chance and see what they had to offer, and I haven't regretted the decision.
Getting out and trying it, I thought, well, I don't have kids or a family, I'm single. If I don't like this, I can always go back to what I was doing before, try something new, but I think it was just a matter of just getting out and giving it a try.
I wanted full-time work, and I just figured it would be a more natural move to go from my current job as a school bus driver into this.
What made me want to apply is I didn't have any kind of desire to be sitting in a cubicle or an office. I wanted to be out experiencing things, going places, and I have the best office view of anyone in the world.
I am very happy about my decision to become a bus driver. It's the least stressful job I've ever had, and it's probably the most enjoyable job I've ever had. It's not very often you get to enjoy your job, and you can come here and have a fun day at work.
I'm glad I did it. I'm enjoying it, and I think a lot of the things I was hesitant about when I first started, I've already overcame.
I'm happy with how it's gone. I have no regrets. This is definitely a career for myself, and it could be a career for anybody out there.
The thing I like most about Indian Trails is probably the people. It's a great group of people to work for, a great company to work for. They really care about their people. For instance, on my birthday, I got a gift card, with a birthday card from the company, which there's a lot of companies out there, you don't get that. They don't think about you on your birthday. They just want to make sure you're at work, and this company really cares about you.
The equipment is in very, very high standards, very clean, well looked after. I like Indian Trails because I have a lot of people I can reach out to if I have questions or problems, and they usually can be resolved, or they'll help me find the right person or the right answer.
What I like most about working at Indian Trails is, again, the family thing. When you're driving the bus, you can't use your phone, you have no outside contact. A tornado went through my hometown, and I got a SawCon alert that says, Bob, call dispatch immediately. I pulled the bus off the side of the road, called dispatch, and they said, hey, our tornado just hit in your neck of the woods. Call and make sure your family's okay. Having a job that does that for you, I love.
Between your meals, your lodging, your tips, and even getting to see some free entertainment can be a huge benefit to doing a lot of our charter work.
One of the perks that stuck out to me after I started was actually getting paid when you're really not working. We did a trip to Ohio, drove for 2 hours, and then I had to wait for 10 hours for the people to go do their thing and come back. And then I drove for 2 hours more. And then even though I was on the clock for 14 hours, I only drove 4 hours of that, but I got paid for all 14. It's a really good perk.
When you do a charter, sometimes if they like your service, they might give you a little financial benefit at the end with a tip. Sometimes they might pay for your meals throughout the charter. Sometimes they'll include you to some of the events that they have going on. Sometimes they might not even use the bus. They'll walk around, and you have that bus to, within reason, to go get yourself a meal, to walk around the destination and kind of travel yourself. So you get a mini vacation, you get some financial benefit.
The training got me comfortable because you get so much time with the trainers that they take the time to answer the questions you have. They're sincere about it. They actually want you to succeed, and they give you every tool they have available to do so.
The training process here at Indian Trails is very, very thorough. Covers a lot of ground, a lot of details on safety, bus operation, the way the equipment functions, learning how to use your log books, keeping track of your miles, and then there's a lot of training just going in and out of the stations, so you know you've at least been there once, so you have a better idea of where you're going, how to get in, how to get out.
I didn't have my CDL before I started training or before I came to the company, and it was a 5-week process. They teach you all the skills you need to know to pass your CDL driving portion and written portion. They teach you all those skills, and they put you up in a hotel while you're here. If you're more than a certain 40 miles away, I think you can get put up in a hotel. They give you meal allowance for the time you're here, and I thought it was a really great process. And they teach you, so the first 2 weeks would be for practicing for your test, and the next 3 weeks is teaching you all about Indian Trails and their policies and procedures and things you need to know.
I guess if an incoming driver has any questions, don't hesitate. Talk to the senior drivers, talk to dispatch, talk to management. A lot of them are familiar with what goes on out, what we handle. Even though they're in the office, they are aware of the situations at hand that we run into, and they're very helpful in helping to solve a situation that may arise.
Again, I would say this job is really not, it's not something that should be taken or entered into lightly, because number one, first and foremost, you have people's lives in your hands. And when I speak, being I'm a Kalamazoo driver, and when the new drivers come in, I always tell them there are 5 basic rules that I have before I do anything else, and that's safety, 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 safety. Everything after that, it's whatever you make it.
If you're coming into Indian Trails, it's likely going to be intimidating at first. It's a lot to learn, it's a lot to process, and it's a lot of information all at the same time. But just go through the training, give yourself time to adjust to it and adjust to the driving on the road. Ask the questions you need to ask to the drivers, to the dispatchers, to the mechanics, to give yourself the knowledge to set yourself up to succeed. This could be the most rewarding career choice you've ever made.